Hey friends, Sandy here in New Zealand. This is going to be about how you choose the correct level for you and also learning a few secrets about when it's harder to be lower, not harder when you're higher. So it's really important to remember that top level is not the hardest all the time. And sometimes you just don't want to be there. Sometimes you want to start lower. So why would you start lower? If you're carrying a bit of weight, it's different. For me, I'm 60 kilos. If you're on the same as me up high, you would be doing double the work. So you want to be down lower. So if you weigh small, you go higher. But there are some exercises that are harder, lower. So you want to know what they are. And remember, if it feels awkward for you or you can't do more than 5 reps, you're too high. So you need to change the level to suit you, not who you're watching or what someone else is doing. So learn to understand how you should feel. 5 to 10 reps, you really need to be able to do easily. If you can't, you're too high. So let's get started. Here's the golden rules. We start with the legs first. Always start with legs first because it gets the blood flowing, it gets the joints warmed up, gets your cardiovascular. So legs, these are big muscles. So you can go higher. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to take mine up to a level 20 on my power tower because I'm 60 kilos and I want to put on a bit more size and a bit more glute. So I want to get some good work here. So we come down to the bottom. We always move the glide board up and put our feet onto the struts before you do anything. How you get on is really important, guys, so that you don't injure yourself. So I'm going to lie myself down, come out nice and wide, and really you should be able to keep going doing your legs 20, 30. And when you're coming down, guys, you don't fall down. It's like you've got a handbrake on with your glutes and your legs and your quads. Don't wait for the total gym to kick in, you kick in. So here I'm tightening my buttocks, I'm using my muscles, and you'll notice I don't lock my joints. This is not a knee workout. So you should be able to do this easy. You can take this into 3 pulses, or you can take it into 7 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. Now, the other time that you may want to come down is when you go into unilateral work, which means single leg. And you should always do single leg. And the rule is always do more on the left because the left is always going to be weaker. When you're imbalanced, you're going to get injuries. So left, right, left. For instance, I'm going to take my right leg away and I'm going to work my left leg first because the left leg doesn't normally do the work first unless you are left-handed. Then it would be the opposite. So I'm just going to do 5 and then I'm going to do 5 on the right. You want to come down to at least 90 degrees to hit the glutes with ease. Otherwise, bring them down. And then I'm going to go back to my left. So always get some unilateral work in here, guys. And if you can do the same level, that's fantastic. And never forget to do the medial system, which is the inside of your legs, especially tall people, because you normally get very weak in your medial system. Hit the feet, toes hooking on, heels lifted, and we're going to get our Achilles and calves as well. Your knees spread as wide as they can. And you should just feel like you're working your quads, your glutes. In this one, you're going to feel your inner thighs because you squeeze at the top, not jam the knees. Now, when we go into shoulder bridge to work our glutes, staying up high is not what you want to do. You want to go down lower, and it is harder and it's better technique. So what I mean by that, tuck into the tummy, roll your way back up, and it's always better to do it on the tow bar or the squat stand, not on the floor or the platform, which I see some other people doing. This is way better to come down low, come to the bottom, move the glide board up, and put your heels on, shimmer your bottom to the bottom, close the glide board. So this is one of those ones where it's harder lower. Tuck in, roll your way back up. Make sure your knee, hip, and shoulder in line. Come back out, dive in and roll back down. I always do 3 to 5 of these using my glutes all the way like a handbrake. Never let yourself fly down. Have control. And then you can reverse for 3, keeping those hips elevated. Coming back out, tuck in. So remember, come down low to do your bridges. Come back high to do the big muscles. Nice. Okay, and coming back up. Also, when you're doing your stretches. So it is harder, lower. So if you're coming into a forward fold, it is harder, lower. So if you're challenged, all you need to do is take it up higher, and then you have more assistance to do your roll down. So those are those little rolls. Now, coming into obliques, keep the obliques low to make them harder. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Put your bottom leg onto the strut, open the glide board, put your bottom at the bottom and your back foot on the toe bar. You should be able to sit up with your hands over top of your shoulders. Now you come down and you don't touch the glide board and come back up. Do not be upset if you can't even do one. A lot of people really struggle with this. So if you just start with half a one, or like I'll show you next, it is easier to go higher. So these are the little tricky ones that you have to remember. So that is very challenging for some people, and you may find only the right side works and not the left. So what do? You do 2 sets on the one that's not working and 1 on the one that it is working. So I will show you what I mean. We're going to take it up now. So for someone that comes to me and their obliques aren't working, it can be pretty defeating to fail. So you take them up and suddenly you don't have as far to come down. So if it's down low, you've got to go lower. So now someone doesn't have to go as far and they can start to activate their oblique system. Easy peasy. Nice work. I'm only going to show you one side because the point of this video is to show you how to figure out what fits you, not anyone else. Coming down now, we're going to go up and attach our arm pulley. Now your arm pulley you should be able to do at least 10 without throwing yourself, hurting yourself, or losing technique. So I'm going to bring this one down to a level 13, which fits me. Remember, I'm 60 kilos. So that fits me. But if someone wanted to have the same workout as me and they're 80, 90, 100 kilos, you could come down to a level 12 and you'd be doing the same workout as me because it is our body weight that we're working with. So remember that, guys. So I can have 2 people working out on 2 different levels, but they're doing the same workout. So that's super important to remember. Breath in, we're going to come down, roll down, and I am going to show you pullover. So a pullover should look like this, and that should be the first one you test. Now you'll notice that I don't flick it over, and when I come back, my elbow doesn't go like that. That is not a full pullover. That is a failed pullover. You're going to be able to come over with that arm staying in the same position, which is a slightly soft elbow. And you should be able to do with ease a lat pull down. This is one of the easiest ones to do because it's a big muscle group. So your big muscles will be able to do more. And these support your whole back. So never leave the lats out. You can take those into 3 pulses as well. But get at least 20, 30 lat pull downs. These are the big ones that keep your posture and you want to keep them working. Now, if your triceps are a little weak, you may want to bring your level down now because a lot of females struggle with triceps. So here's how you know. That elbow should touch the glide board. If you can't do that, bring them down. Zip into the tummy and touch. So your lower back should be down and there should be 0 speed increase or decrease. Now, tricep push down could be challenging for you. So here's a tricep push down. If you feel your shoulders coming up like that, you're too high. So you need to come down to do the tricep push down, or just leave it out until your triceps get stronger. Then you can hold and push, hold and push, hold and push, hold and push. So that was a little hard. Come back over, and I can turn it around and do a bicep pull down as well. So you can do lots, and you want to get as much in one position, not keep changing positions. Now, if we took it into an iron cross is also harder. So if you can't do one without control, bring them down. So an iron cross is shoulder height. If you can't do this, do not keep trying high. You will hurt a shoulder and pull a tendon. So come down. So these are ones to work up to. What else can we do with arms? I'm going to come up now, tuck in. This is my favorite way to come up. Both arms come around, lift your head, roll your way back up. Bring the glide board between your legs and go ahead and just bring your bottom right to the top. Now you can self-spot here. So if you find you're too high, all you need to do is put your feet down and keep going. But next time, bring the level down because it is challenging. Your elbow stays in line with your waistline and you lift. So that should feel comfortable. If you're going like this, it's too high. Bring it down. So control and technique are super important so you don't hurt tendons around the joint. And then we can bring it into chest press. Now, like I said, if this just becomes too hard to get to 10, you can put your feet down and push off a little bit to help you, or just bring it down. And you should be able to come into a single, and then a static equilibrium. Boom, 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 boom. And you have to be able to keep control or you're too high. There is no benefit whatsoever in struggling to complete a set and losing technique. So it is up to you to listen to your body. So then we can come around and do our back work. Now back work, we can normally go up a little higher because we're working the rhomboids and all the muscles that sit on the scapula. Super important with posture these days, with everything we do forward, we want to be doing our back work. Don't forget to do it. So we come up nice and high. So we can do this seated, and the elbows, you'll notice, come behind. So you should be able to hold your first one, and that will tell you if you're on the right height for you. And you should be able to get 15 to 20 seated rows with proper form. My inner thighs are holding the rails. You'll notice my feet are back and my tummy is zipped. When you do a single row, your head goes with your arm for rotation through your thoracic spine. Now, biceps is a different story. You may find biceps are very challenging. So all you have to do, bring them down, sit back down, and do a double bicep. You should be able to hold, and the elbow should be in line with your shoulder, not down at your waist. Hold, and you work on 10, and then you can do 10 unilateral, just to check out which one may be a little bit imbalanced. If you find one is imbalanced, you can put your feet down and do 5 extra with the one that's imbalanced. Super important to remember. Then I'm going to take it down for our big postural muscles. This is too hard to do high with correct form. So put your feet down and come back, and you should be able to hold. This is about control and technique, and come back. So you'll notice my wrist doesn't curl, and I hold. My tummy is zipping up, and my feet are staying down. When you can do 10 of those with ease, take it up a little further and try doing it without your feet. You're going to get triceps as well as all your back muscles. That is how we figure out that. Now, doing torso work. Torso work is definitely one of control first. So we anchor down. Now remember, we can do mermaid, or some people can't do that. Cross your legs. I see some people going like this. No, because you're counterbalancing and you're not using your oblique system properly. So it's either cross legs tight or it is mermaid, not wide legs. Double handles into the arm closest to the tower, other hand around. Now you don't want to be any higher than what I am, which is a 9. Zero benefit, just none. So zip into the tummy and exhale, rotate like a half circle with control and technique. So doing this is not a torso rotation. Doing this with control, I can feel it working right round both sets of my obliques, my abdominals, and it is not my arms doing the work. My arms come for the ride. If that is too hard for you, always remember, drop the front cable and just do one cable. And as well as torso rotation, you can take that into a wood chop. And as well as a wood chop, we can take it into abdominals. Exhale, come forward into the middle and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. You are bracing every abdominal you've got. Coming forward. Zero benefit going higher, guys. We do not take this one high. And come back in. And again. Nice work. Now, doing a decline rollover. Do not take this high. Never go probably above a 12. Zero benefit and maybe a little dangerous. So we get way more out of this by staying, what am I on now? I'm going to take mine up to 12. And that would be as high as I ever go. Tuck into the tummy, roll your way down. Cross your legs and open deltoids. Abdominals, you can really injure yourself if you try and take this too high. You big guys, yep, you may be able to. Ladies, just try and do 10 with super control, no throwing your arms out. Then you can take it into elbows onto the glide board, bring your knees in, and a bicep curl. Remembering your body weight dictates what weight you're using on your biceps. Then I'm going to take it into any rollover. 12 would be the highest you go for your rollover, which is just rolling over, holding, and rolling back down. Rolling and coming back down. So no benefit of going higher, guys. Keep it nice and low. You can do all kinds of things over here. We can take it into a single leg up. This is abdominals. You do not want to take this high. So a lot of the Pilates workout, we do not take anything high. Absolutely, it's about control and technique. Nice. Now let's moving on to the foot holder. Rolling back up. Disconnect your arm pulley. Up goes your foot holder. Now this is hamstrings and glutes. So this is super hard. If you can do 3 lots of 10, good on you. This is on a level 12. I'm going to do a double hamstring. And I probably would never try a single hamstring on 12. I would take it down. So double hamstring on 12. Bend your knees to roll down. Tuck into the tummy. Exhale, pull up and slow down. Exhale, pull up and slow down. Zip on the tummy. Pull up and slow down. So try and get 10. Now, see, this is way too hard, and I don't want to rip the top of my hamstring. So I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm going to roll my way back up, take it down. I actually do have a left hamstring issue. So I come on, take it right the way down, and I want to get my left hamstring to catch up to my right hamstring. So I just take away my right and up with my left. It's super hard, super low. Pull up, and 5 would be the max. But it's control you're after. 4 and 5. Believe me, guys, it's super hard to do a unilateral hamstring like this. Then put the other one back in to tuck in, roll your way back up. Coming on to our lat bars. So this depends whether you're trying to get your lower traps working and a lower trap activation instead of upper trap. So we either call them shoulder glides or we call them chin-ups. So shoulder glides look like, and this is super important with people with rounded backs. Now, you can, if you've got long legs, cross them. Otherwise, you can take them to the side and point them. Now, you're just thinking of the elbows going out, the shoulders coming down your back and coming back, down with control. So to a count of 4, to come up, hold, and then coming back down. Super important to figure out what you're trying to achieve here. If you've got a rounded back, you want to work on shoulder glides before you work on chin-ups. Chin-ups, boys are going to want to take this high. You guys are just built differently to us. Ladies, some of you can keep up with them. Again, it's your body weight. So, coming back down. What am I on now? I'm on a 17, level 17. So, positioning is always chin hanging over the glide board. Hands out wide. I'm crossing my feet, grip the tummy, and exhale coming up. You don't want the elbows going to the ground. If they are, you're too high. And coming back down. You want to be able to get 10 out of here with control, not momentum. So you check out your level. Some of you might want to write your level down and have it attached to your glide board so that you remember. Beautiful. Coming back up. And the last one is our foot pulley system. Now, foot pulley system is to do with Pilates. Pilates is not done high. You can really hurt your back being up here. No benefit whatsoever of doing it up high. Let's get down to a level where our back doesn't try and kick in because we're too high. So I'm right the way down on a 7 level here so that I can feel my work, feel control, and my lower back does not try and take over. Tuck into the tummy, roll your way down, always hold your bubbles together. Left one goes in, right one pushes in, and make sure you can put your hands on the bottom and easily hold here with your abdominals and your bottom down. If you feel your bottom coming up, you're too high. So bring them down. So coming into long stretch, we close the glide board, lift up, open, use abdominals. Now, abdominals have to do the work. If you're using your back or your legs, you will fly up. You're too high. So you take it down immediately. Don't try another one because you will hurt your lower back. So this will tell you on the first repetition if you're too high. Has to come from bracing your lower abs. You do push into your heels to help. And windmill. Windmill is just beautiful and way better lower. You get way more range out of it. So there we go. That is our leg stirrups. Basically, don't go high. Away we go, tuck into the tummy, roll your way back up. Stretches for your hip flexors and hamstrings. Keep on about the same level. You don't want it up high. So we just put the foot either on the floor or we put the foot into the middle toe bar and then we ease back. Keeping our elbows soft and back in again. So normally any stretches, bring it down. The only other stretch where it is better for you to be up is your child pose. You just get deeper into your child pose by taking it up. So a lot of my men, I will take the incline all the way up so they can feel a way greater stretch in their lumbar spine and their arms. You want to come down at the bottom, hands at the top, and ease back. And you can take your knees out to the side and ease back. So this feels better up higher, not lower. So I think I have covered everything. Now, should I have not, shoot anything down below. If you enjoyed this video and you want more like this, please hit subscribe. And until next time, have a great day and get your levels right.